Hey, welcome back. So, I'm actually recording this on Christmas. I mean, technically it's Boxing Day. It's after midnight, so it's technically Boxing Day now. But just to give you a bit of an indication of how far in advance I record these. So, but yeah, Christmas Day, I did have a nice time, mostly, with my family. If you want to learn more about that, you'll need to go back and watch one of my lives. One of my YouTube lives. I'll have the details in on that. Anyway, since it is Christmas, I actually got myself a little snack here. A little chocolate J. Picked myself this up at the grocery store. Used to be a tradition. My mom used to get us these as stocking stuffers, and yeah, this happens to it. I was like, you know what? Yeah. So I'm gonna have myself a little bit of a snack for this live or for this video. Once again, 90s cartoon intros via the channel Retro Crunch. Link will be in the description. And let's kick it off with a good one. What I find funny, here's the craziest thing about this show. So, when the decision was made to localize it, because it's obvious, originally it was Japanese, it was originally from Japan. When the decision was made to localize it for US market, for some reason the Japanese scripts were not sent along. Which means that the people localizing it had to basically rewrite the scripts. Just like write entirely new scripts for the episodes. Which worked really well. And it is an exceptionally good intro. It's an absolute classic intro. It is one of the all-time great cartoon intros, I think. It's just so silly and fun and throws in a little bit of, throws in some good meta humor here and there, and it's just the weird voice of the singer/narrator of the intro is the theme. Is just, it's just so good. Don't hurt me. It's just so many memorable lines throughout the entire thing. Like the whole intro, the whole theme song is just incredibly quotable. Love it. Good show, too. I think I only finished watching the first season. No, it was years ago that I watched the first season. I should see if it's, I wonder if it's available for streaming anywhere. Probably on some platform that I have no interest in getting. This intro's pretty good. Yeah, Crunchyroll for Prime Video is the only place to stream Samurai Pizza Cats, which, boo, to hell with that. Yeah, I mean, I'm not like the art style. I'm not really that keen on, but that was a really good intro. It was weird. It was a very weird intro, very interesting one. Liked the music. The music was really good. It was a very weird intro, but one that was kind of intriguing. I was kind of intrigued by it. Not gonna lie.
As your body grows bigger,
your mind must power.
it's great to learn.
'Cause knowledge is power. Schoolhouse Rocky, the chip off the block of your favorite Schoolhouse Rock.
Schoolhouse Rock, yeah, I loved Schoolhouse Rock. Saw a few bits, yeah, I saw a few other segments here and there. Bill is obviously the most iconic one, along with Conjunction Junction. What's your function? They were fun. Schoolhouse Rock. That's another one that I should see if I can find somewhere. The Schoolhouse Rock was just a lot of fun. Wow, that was quick and simple. Well, you know what? I'm down with it. I appreciate it. I like that one. It was, it was very quick, very simple, very straightforward, but yeah, it was effective.
Behold, the dog. We know him as man's best friend. But what do we really know? In truth, all dogs belong to a secret organization dedicated to keeping mankind safe from really bad stuff. Are their amazing true stories. These are the secret files of the Spy Dogs.
Not bad. It's weird to think of it now, because, like, for so long, Elmo has dominated Sesame Street. I mean, I shouldn't say it like that. But, like, Elmo did sort of become, like, the main character on Sesame Street. At some point. He wasn't always. When I was a kid, he wasn't. He was there. Elmo was a character on Sesame Street, but he wasn't, like, the main character. Big Bird was really the main character, arguably. But, like, wasn't able to actually watch it on Patreon. But I did, when I was at my mom's for Christmas. Figured, have something on in the background. We put on Muppet Family Christmas. And yeah, Elmo has no lines in that one. So it's just this weird, it's just this, like, little flashback to when Elmo was just a character on Sesame Street and not the character on Sesame Street. You know, before Tickle Me Elmo and all that stuff.
The most elite force of high-tech men and machines ever assembled. These modern-day warriors pilot ultra-sophisticated vehicles that are armed with the latest state-of-the-art weapons. But their secret weapon is Transparium, a new material that shields their vehicles from enemy sight, making them virtually invisible. Shadow Strikers. When immersed in liquid Transparium, even our heroes are able to phase out and become invisible for battle. But it will take all of their courage to save the world from the evil Dr. Viper and his kamikaze army known as the Evaders. This motley crew has only one goal, to steal Transparium and make themselves nearly invincible in their quest for world domination. There's only one thing that stands in their way, one group of heroic and dedicated knights in invisible armor.
What a blatant toy commercial. That does not look like a good show. It does not look like a good show. It looks like a toy commercial. It looks like that's the only reason the show exists, is to sell Shadow Strikers vehicles and stuff, toys. And considering I have no memory of Shadow Strikers, I don't think it was even particularly successful at that.
The Shadow Strikers.
Shakespeare the English for kids. I don't know how many Shakespeare stories would really be appropriate for, like, the under 12 crowd. You can't really go around showing them, like, Hamlet, you know? Romeo and Juliet probably wouldn't go over well for 9-year-olds. You know, I don't know. But surrealist art. They just gave me, like, kind of surrealist vibes. Yeah. It was the 90s. Take a character from an existing franchise, whether they be public domain or not. You know, they did it with He-Man as well. But yeah, a lot of them were public domain. Yeah, take a character from an existing franchise and just drop them into the future. It was such a weird thing that the 90s was obsessed with. And yeah, Sherlock Holmes in the 27th century. Kind of like the Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century. I do actually kind of like that part. Other than that, the weird voiceovers that are like just repeating everything is like weird. I didn't think that really worked. The concept is kind of stupid because the show looks like it's, you know, meant to be a little bit action packed. And, like, the whole point of Sherlock Holmes is that he is just a detective. You know, in general, he's not going on... You know, he's not having, like, big fist fights or gunfights or whatever. So, the, you know, exciting adventures. It's mystery. It's him just, like, investigating stuff and, like, piecing together clues. So the intro does not really feel like it's a good reflection of what Sherlock Holmes is. I don't know, maybe the show itself does, but the intro does not really do a good job. It's not highlighting what the character is and what he does. You know, they definitely wanted the theme, the intro, to be exciting. And I don't know if that's actually the right tone to go with for Sherlock Holmes. Even if it is Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century. I have mentioned before that I watched the compilation of 90s cartoon intros. This is one that stuck with me. This intro stuck with me just because it's such a bizarre concept. Like, it's just such a weird premise to me. Like, what? So this one stuck with me. How zany. Yeah, what a zany intro. Oh, hey! This was a weird show. The CGR, again, doesn't really hold up. But it's just kind of a weird show in general. From what I can recall of it, I didn't watch a lot of it. I think what it comes down to is the Silver Surfer is a very introspective character. Going all the way back to, not quite his first appearance, but like when he started, like when he got his own solo series, but still back way in the 60s when he first got a solo series. It was all about introspection and philosophy, and it was a very heavy comic, and that's something that always sort of stuck with the character, and they did try to bring that into the cartoon as well, from what I can remember of it. So it was a very different creature from what most superhero cartoons. I think it was pretty good. It just, again, very different from other superhero cartoons. That's not a good version of the intro. That is not like the version intro they got. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's like it's choppy, and like music sort of cuts out in weird times, and it's not a good version of the intro. But I mean, it is one of the great cartoon intros. And yeah, the animation, like, it's... The animation's one of those things that, like, the longer the series went, the more the animation, like, they've shifted away. And I mean, a lot of that was just, the technology available to them improved. But I'm not sure that the shift in art style was necessarily an improvement. But, maybe I'm just old.
Sing me a story.
Sing me,
Rhyme.
sing all about what happened once upon a time when I...
Okay, Shay, yeah, I was like, ooh, what's this? That art looks weird. And yeah, it's because she's the one live action part in the animation. And it just, it looks kind of weird.
I sing a story or I sing a rhyme. It's as though I've heard it for the very first time. I love to hear a story told the way we do. 'Cause when I sing a story, everything it seems all brand new.
So sing me a story, sing me a rhyme.
Sing me all about what happened once upon a time.
When I sing a story or you sing a rhyme, it's as though I've heard it for the very first time.
Interesting, though. Kind of, seemed like a kind of interesting idea, actually. Yeah, didn't seem like a bad idea.
These are the tales of the Skeleton Warriors.
Going hard off the bat. Yeah, this goes pretty hard, honestly. Yeah. Kind of rocks, honestly. Kind of a jam.
When a mysterious explosion destroys an artificial intelligence lab, Adam Hollister is framed. His son, Jack Hollister, sets out to prove his father's innocence, that someone else had caused the explosion and had stolen an experimental computer brain. Merging it with his own brain, he transforms into the master criminal known as Cybron. To fight Cybron and his evil bioborgs, Jack Hollister becomes Sky Surfer 1, leader of the Sky Surfer Strike Force.
Sky Surfer?
Crazy stunts. Sliced ice.
The Token Lady?
Air Enforcer.
Token Black Guy?
Sore Loser.
Token Douche?
The Sky Surfer Strike Force.
That did not look good. Yeah, that did not look like a good show. Looked pretty damn generic, to be honest. Intro was pretty generic. Character designs were nothing special. Yeah, yet another real Ghostbusters cartoon. Probably Slimer and the Ghostbusters or something, I'm guessing, is the title. Presumably, like, some sort of sequel series to the real Ghostbusters. I don't know, like, probably, like, just, like, a rebranding to try to, like... Slimer was popular, so probably, like, try to, like, hey, Slimer, look, yeah, you like Slimer, right? People like Slimer, hey! So just a rebranding to really highlight Slimer's role. Fun intro. Yeah, it was a pretty good intro. I feel like it could have been a bit better. I don't know, I'm not sure. Like, I don't know. I feel like felt a bit uneven. Yeah, the town gets destroyed, and then it just ends on a happy note. I don't know. I feel like there were still ways that the intro could have been improved. Just like a more consistent tone would have helped. But already going hard.
Blue streak speeds by. Sonic the Hedgehog, too fast for the naked eye. Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic, he can really move. Sonic, he's got an attitude. Sonic, he's the fastest thing alive. Look out when he storms through. Sonic the Hedgehog, don't doubt what he can do. Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic, he can really move. Sonic, he's got an attitude. Sonic, he's the fastest thing alive.
It's honestly a great intro. Cartoon, I think, was pretty popular, wasn't it? Like, I think it was like a really well-received cartoon too. You know, like a lot. You know, for like for Sonic, you don't expect. You don't really expect much for a Sonic cartoon, but like it actually like raised the standards for Sonic cartoon. Like, it was just. it wasn't just like wacky adventures. From what I read about it, like there was like a real story to it, like compelling character arcs, and like it was like a genuinely good series with a banger of a theme song.
Fastest thing alive. He's the fastest thing alive.
And one that people still sing to this day. Like I'm pretty sure people like grew up in that cartoon could probably still sing the whole thing from memory. It's a very memorable theme song, and people loved it. And it's just this one seems like a much weirder show than the previous one. This seems like a very weird ass show, and not as memorable a theme song. But it's actually still a pretty good theme song. Very, kind of rock ballad. I don't know, not really ballad. That was a weird intro. That was a weird ass intro. I dug it, but it's so weird. That is one of the weirdest intros I've seen. Sonic as the leader of a band who's fighting an oppressive regime and trying to find their mom. Like, it's weird.
Somewhere up in outer space, a clever but unhuman race observed our planet was a mess.
Working in the lab late until they finally did create a bomb and enter the quest.
Those big cats from another planet on a mission, fighting crime with feline intuition. Space cats are cool. Big heroes, fight for justice, fight for freedom. That's exactly why we need them. Space cats They're rich, they're funny, they're alphabet.
Odd, but definitely endearing. That one, again, a weird ass theme, but it's really endearing. I like that. It's definitely got a lot of charm to it. I liked it. That was a good one. So, strong batch. This one was a strong batch. And I started off with Samurai Pizza Cats, Could only go down from there, but while nothing else here was quite on the level of Samurai Pizza Cats, a couple of them were pretty close, The Sonic theme, very close. The overall intro actually no. The overall intro for the Sonic cartoon was actually really good. Showing them as sort of resistance fighters. And kind of showing, like, the strategies Sonic is sort of, like, the obvious threat, and then his friends doing the work while he gets all the bad guys' attention. So it actually was really good. But that was second best intro of this batch. But other than that, a lot of really good ones. So next time we will finish off part 6. So, thank you for watching.